Alright, before we get started, I just want to throw some precautions out there with raw beet juice. There's nothing really too serious, but what you want to do is you want to make sure your beet's organic, not conventional, because there was something online saying that if your beet's not organic, that it can cause like a temporary paralysis of the vocal cords. But I've never ever had that problem, or I've really heard of that with anybody I know who does this. And you know, make sure you water it down with like some other vegetables, like I'll show you in a second here. And another thing is, if you're like under like 18, say, I would start with like 1/8 of a beet, just to, you know, get your body used to it. Don't drink too much. And if you're like you're based on your body weight, you know, maybe even keep it like 1/4 of a beet all the time if you're like light or whatnot. It's a powerful vegetable, but it has really beneficial properties to it. Oh wait. And your stool, like your pee and your poo, it might turn red. Don't worry, you're not bleeding. You're not gonna die. It's just the beet juice, the color coming back out. It's fine. You know, if you don't drink enough water. If you drink more water, it'll go away. All right, so let's get started now. All right, what's up, everybody? Guess this section is gonna be a little bit different than normal, because I'm gonna talk about nutrition. It's kind of like the first time I've done this. So yeah, and it's kind of odd nutrition, I guess, for some of you guys, but juicing vegetables. Okay, so basically what I have here is kind of like what I started doing when I started doing this. I started juicing vegetables about like 6 months ago. I have no reason why exactly. I guess because I wanted to eat more, but whatever. And then I ran into a couple of recipes online. I ran into, it was like the Life Regenerator, man. That guy's channel, I think his name's like Dan the Man. Dude, his videos are, I don't know, something about it. I just like watching his videos because like I feel like he's like talking. I feel like we're having a conversation when I'm watching him. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of weird. But so I was like watching his videos, getting like recipes from them. He's a raw foodist, but I mean I still eat meat and stuff. And that's another cool thing about him. If I was like, "Yo, Dan, I still eat meat," he'd be like, "That's cool, brother. You do what you gotta do. You know, you do what works for you." You know, he's all into that stuff, and he's really into what he does. So that's cool too. So, and then I was searching up recipes like on how to increase stamina. You know, because kind of like an athlete, I guess, and how to increase like endurance and strength. And then I ran into Strength Project. I think Arash. I ran into one of his videos on like juicing the beet, and I was like, dude, for real, this thing can actually like make you increase your stamina. And I was like, man, I gotta try this, man. So yeah, I juiced beets for like a week, and I actually I swear to God, I noticed an increase in endurance. Like I didn't even like realize what was going on, but I sessioned for like 2 hours for like 2 days in a row, and I wasn't even feeling sore, and I could just keep going. And I was like, what the hell's going on? But I had a raw beet once a day for about 7 days, and then I noticed. But yeah, I didn't just eat that. I mean, how the heck, like, ugh, you know what I mean? That's disgusting. So man, what I did is I had this like crappy juicer. Not this one. This one's a badass one, man. This one's hard freaking core, slow juicer. Don't get your fingers stuck in there. But yeah, I had this like crappy one down there, and I was doing this, man. And so then I got this one later, man, because I started over the summer. I started juicing like 3 times a day. You know, just like going to my classes and stuff in between juicing and working out. And man, yeah, it was just kind of a lonely summer, but no. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. Basically, increase stamina, increase endurance. This bad boy right here. Now you don't want to just juice raw beets by themselves. I mean, I've seen people do it before, and they're okay, but you know, it's pretty intense. So if you want to make this more delicious, then I would recommend adding I have about like 5 carrots here and 4 stalks of celery. Now this is all organic. Especially make sure your beet's organic. But celery, man, electrolytes, tons of electrolytes, and it has tons of benefits. Like it can help with like insomnia and stuff. Carrots, vitamin A. Basically, if you juice any vegetable, pretty much all of them have their own benefits. But this is just a simple recipe that I started with right here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these and I'm going to put them in here, and the pulp's going to go out here, and then my drink's going to come out right here. And just kind of stir it a little bit and then drink it. So yeah. Okay, now the feed in this thing, it's not that big. The feed's about like that, so there's no way that this is going to fit in there. So you got to cut that up. I mean, some of these carrots will fit in there, so you can just kind of run those through, but you want to cut your beet up. Don't cut your fingers off. That's a bad idea. Okay. And when you're buying your beet, you want to make sure it has the leaves on there. The leaves. You're going to juice all this. The stem, the leaves. That's important, man. That's an important part to this to helping you increase your endurance. Now another thing you can add to this is an apple, but I mean this already has a lot of sugar. Just I guess the bulb part of the beet has a lot of sugar, and carrots kind of have a lot of sugar. But I mean, I've added apples before, and it makes it taste even sweeter and better. You can do that. I mean, if you're an active person, you know, what the heck, just do it. Hell, you can drink this before your workout. For me, I just got done sessioning for about 2 hours, and I'm feeling pretty good. So now I'm just gonna have a juice. Turn this bad boy on. It's a slow juicer. It doesn't matter. You can use an annihilator juicer or whatever they're called, where they're like. It's a lot faster than this, and honestly this is pretty good, so let's get it started like that. This is an Omega Vert. Sorry, the timer just went off. I'm cooking rice over there. Okay, and then feed all your beet in there. I know you're thinking this is freaking ridiculous, like what the hell is this guy talking about? Raw! Yeah, and they say to chop up your carrots before you put them in this thing, but honestly this thing's a bad boy. I just kind of like let it cut the little tip off. Oh god, a little bit at a time. And here comes the pulp. Look at the pulp coming out. It looks like it's pooping. Oh man, oh man, oh man, for real. Yeah, put all that leaves in there and stuff. So yeah, I mean. Now I also juice a lot of other stuff too. I would recommend juicing like leafy greens like kale and green chard. Maybe I'll make some more videos like that. If you guys want me to make more videos like this about like juicing maybe recipes and stuff and like some of the like concoctions I make, maybe that's why I like to do this. It's like making concoctions. And hell, just leave me a comment or whatnot. Dude, wow, look at we're getting a lot here. This is pretty efficient. See, the way I like to do it is I like to put in the leaves and stuff first. This doesn't really matter, for real. And then, man, this is actually a really efficient juicer. And look at all the juice we got in juice to pulp ratio right now. That's pretty good. But if you're starting, just go to like the store and you can get like a cheap one for like 30 bucks. That's basically what I did for the first couple months, and then when I knew I was really going to get into it, man, I bought this more expensive one. I mean, it's a bad boy. Woo. Ready? Come on, baby. Woo. Oh man, that was a good switch right there. Alright, so just nice and easy. Oh man, it's getting chunky right there. See, sometimes when it gets too chunky in the slow juicer, what you just do is you just take this and you run it through a second time. But this one's probably good. This is the first one, so look at that dark red color. Hey, do not wear a white t-shirt and do this, because if you spill that on your white t-shirt, then you might as well just like spill it all over and make a tie-dye shirt or something, because it's gonna stain, man. And don't your white shoes, white carpet. If you're a white boy like me, it's gonna stain. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so now I just got this knife. Kind of stir this one up a little bit. I'm gonna show you this one. And just sit back. I'm just kidding. Oh no, it's not that bad. Really, it's not too bad. You can add ice if you want. This is pretty cool though. I mean, some people might be like, you shouldn't drink cold drinks. I don't know, whatever. The key is to do what works for you. You gotta find what works for you. The blend. You can have more carrots, less carrots, more celery, more whatever, less. I would only juice like 1 beet a day, honestly. You don't really need to drink beets all day. It's they're kind of a powerful vegetable, but make you feel good. Maybe juice like 1/4 of a beet the first time you do it. Honestly, that's what I'd say. Juice 1/4 of the beet the first time you do it to get used to it. Maybe then step it up like half the next day, then like a full one the next day, and just work up to it. But man, it's not bad. Alright, now you might be thinking, man, drinking raw vegetable juice, that's not cool, I'm not cool. You're in college, you're like, oh man, let me show you what you do. Alright, if you want to be cool, don't want anybody to know what the hell's going on? Get yourself a solo cup. Alright? Look at that. Nobody knows. Nobody even knows what it is. You're just like, it's blood. You can pretend to be drunk. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know, and make friends, you know. But yeah, so if you're in college, you can do that. But just drink out of a glass, sit up by the sun. Cheers. If you want me to make more videos once again like this, leave me a message, and if you want to know anything else, send me a message, or leave a comment if you want to make more videos. If you want me to answer any further questions, send me a personal message. But cheers, and I hope this helps you out on your journey to improve yourself.